All right, this is your host Zoe. I got my boy here, Demarcus.
How
Yes,
y'all
sir.
doing? I'm the host of Seeking Knowledge podcast, and man, me and my boy came together to discuss overcoming addictions. Like, man, see, people look at addiction just like drugs, but it's deeper than that. It can be you can be addicted to TV, women, food, money, but this is we're gonna touch more on the drug side of things. Cause me personally, I was addicted. Like, I guess when I went through foster care, it kind of really that's when my addiction started because I felt like my family loved me. So I started hanging in the streets. Like, I still smoke weed. I don't call that addiction, but I was addicted to like lean and X pills. I want to speak on that. I did promethazine, like Sprite, Jolly Rancher. Like, it was an addiction because it's like I wanted it. If I ain't have it, I'm gonna find a way to get it. Whether it's using my money, using somebody else's money, taking somebody else's money. Like, yeah, when foster care, like going through foster care, it messed me all up. So I feel
Mm,
like my family don't love me. My foster mom don't love me because she addicted to drugs herself, crack.
mm.
So I was like, I turned to the streets and whatever I did out there, shit, lean X pills. I was addicted to it, bro. I'm not ashamed to say I was addicted to it, but now as I can say as I speak, fast forward, the only thing I do is smoke weed. I don't do nothing else. We spoke on it. I don't call it addiction. I call it just to stimulate my mind.
Yeah, it's medicating right there. For me, that'll be cross addicting for me. Um, my background is, I snorted cocaine um back when I was 19, 20 years old, living in a boarding house in Southwest Atlanta. So I was kind of down on my luck and I saw a dude selling crack. I came from a good neighborhood. Um, and I was like, I needed some money, man. And I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I was conformed to listening to music and rap music because I never seen anybody sell crack. I wasn't around drug dealers,
Shit,
and
I was.
yeah, my parents wasn't even on drugs or nothing. So I was like, well, back in the early 2000s, well, Jeezy and T.I. and all them was talking about selling drugs and shit.
Yeah,
So I was like, okay, I see his crack dealer selling some dope, and I was watching him outside my room. He got down he'll run to a rock and get the dope out and serve the cars coming up and down the street. And I was watching for about an hour. And then I was like,
mm-hmm.
man, that dude, he's getting it. So, the next day I approached him and then I bought me he sold me a seven of cocaine. I have a quarter of an ounce, man. I know nothing about it. So I went online and researched how to cook it, right? So I took I was trying because I was reading some articles and some forums and stuff like the drug dealer can fuck you over because of the quality of the cocaine. So it was like there's one way to test it to either it won't come all the way back in the pot, after you try to turn it into crack, you can kind of just dissolve in the water and you would get about a couple grams out of it, or you can test it yourself. So I went ahead and sniffed some, man. I never stopped then, man. So now I'm in recovery. I started Neurosis Faction. I've made up my own recovery system. I have an NFPA book, stands for Neurosis Faction Program of Abstinence. And I'm really trying to make that an alternative way to really overcome addiction, because there's more than one way to do something. Me,
That's
like,
good.
like for you, if the weed's not a problem, that's totally fine for me. You know what I'm saying? But
No
like,
problem.
like late in my addiction, man, if I drink a beer, I'll put that shit down. It'll get warm. And I'm running straight to the trap, bro. So
Oh, that's
I'd
touching.
rather just stay just straight up clean, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's touch on beer because it's crazy. Like I said, foster care really fucked me all up because I feel like my family don't love me. So my younger years, let me see, I finished high school 18. So I'm gonna say I got put in foster care at 8. So when I got the getting old enough how to drink alcohol, mix alcohol, bro, I would say I was a young fucking alcoholic, bro. I was a young alcoholic. I'm talking about, and I'm not ashamed to say that I was alcoholic at a young age. I ain't not a drink, bro. So I'm mixing white liquor with blue liquor with brown liquor. I'm just trying to fit in.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just getting fucked up. Like, yeah, bro, I was a fucking alcoholic, bro. I'm talking about drinking so much, bro. I passed out, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers think I'm in the bed, bro.
Mm-hmm. I feel you on that, bro. I started. I really wasn't too much of an alcoholic. Alcohol really it's a trigger more than an addiction for me. So when I drink alcohol, it's real moderate, but I just decide I can't fuck with it all. I've many times in the past 5, 6 years, I try to be like you, basically just be normal with, responsible with drug use. But
Yeah.
it never worked. I'm always gonna revert back to what I really want. As soon as I get that buzz, it don't matter what it is, man. I can hit the blunt twice. I'll put it out, and I have to go get some dope, man. I have to get some dope. So I just rather revert and stay away from everything, man.
And
Yeah.
that's good, bro, because a lot of people don't have that mindset, bro. See me, I be around people to this day that smoke cigarettes, that drink, that do whatever. But it's a mind thing. I don't want none of that. Number one, I don't like drinking no more. I don't like waking up in the world spinning.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like spending the night in the bathroom by the toilet. I
Mhm.
don't like that. You throwing up, can't eat nothing. I don't like them feelings. See, I just smoke the weed. I don't smoke sativa hybrid. I use indica. I do the indica strain. So it's
Mhm.
more like a downer and relax. I just like
More of
saying
a
like
body high. That's that body high.
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. But
Yeah.
now, as far as with some of my methods of how I overcame everything I went through, it's just simple, bro. I'm from Illinois, bro. I stay in Texas.
Hmm.
I just got away from what I was familiar with and put myself in an uncomfortable zone. I put myself in no man's land. I started associating with people that still do them things. Like I got people back home, bro, homeboys that I just turned 37, bro. They still doing the same thing. I wanted something different, bro. So my method was to get away from what I'm familiar with and move around.
I feel you, bro. You gotta think forward with addiction, man. It's like when you're trying to overcome it, it's when most of the circumstances that we put ourselves in because of addiction, and then
Hmm.
when you try to put yourself forward, you keep putting yourself back with them, not having a positive relapse prevention plan, I think. Um,
Yeah,
so you got to be able to go ahead and rewind that tape, and just like you just said with the alcohol and everything, just try to think of the bad things. Most of the time, it don't work. I just go ahead and be honest. You can go ahead. You can be homeless. You can be hungry. You can have no money, $5 in your bank account, and shit, and then you still find out a way to get $5, $10, and still do what you gotta do. So
crazy.
I mean, just
It
have
is.
yeah,
That's
positive relapse prevention plan, man. That's what you
you
got.
know,
And
and
those are techniques that I talk about within my NFPA book. It's not just a traditional go to a meeting and sit down with a bunch of other people that done some same shit as you done. You just I have financial recovery in place. I have brain chemicals, neuroplasticity, exercise, different methods to revert your brain back to the state where you was before you started using drugs, because that's where it starts at. It starts in your brain. It's
yeah,
substance abuse is a crazy mind control that you can't control. So you can
exactly.
take control of your brain. It can take control of your neuroplasticity and your dopamine levels and your endorphins and the serotonin and all those brain chemicals that drug use alter. So once you get that back
Mhm.
to normal by some standard clean time and and just vigorous like a follow a set schedule for productivity instead of just waking up 2 o'clock in the afternoon and shit, thinking about dope. Do I got somebody you checking your pants and shit? Goddamn, already grabbing your car keys and shit, and you out the door, and
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
it's
you have to be
crazy.
more. My program teaches you to be more productive in life, man. And I listen to your podcast. You kind of go towards the spiritual aspects of it, man. And that's where it starts. That's another aspect, your heart. And that's where in your soul. And if that ain't right, ain't nothing else going to be right. You know?
I like how we touch on this because your method was you created a method. I like that, my boy. You created a myth to see. I'm gonna touch on this because I'm gonna say this like one of my methods was getting away, but like when I was doing the pills and the lean, bro, I didn't see motherfuckers overdose off this shit. I heard motherfuckers that I knew was connected with overdose off this shit. So me, I learned from my life experience. That was my wake up call. Like I can be next. Like motherfucker got to get X pills pumped out of their chest and shit. Drinking that lean shit. Not saying, look, I don't. Me personally, like you said when we spoke, I don't care what you do. Not none of my business. It's not what. It's just what I'm not about to do no more. Like I told you when I first met you, bro. I don't do nothing but smoke weed, and that's all I'm gonna continue to do.
I feel you, bro.
I don't think they're wrong with it. Why they legalize? I don't think they're wrong with it. But all this other stuff out here, like this stuff, this ice, the stuff that's
Fentanyl and shit. Yeah.
everywhere,
That's
killing
exactly
people
these
out here,
niggas
man.
crossing shit. Like just like the weed, man. They just playing with because the ice and shit. The Japanese created that. They
Man, it's
started
all
that for their workers, bro. I don't know who they're fucking genius because if you know what was in meth, I don't see how the fuck all those chemicals don't kill you. But
keep them
yeah, they
moving.
designed that for their workers to work longer hours and shit without getting tired. That's what that drug was designed for.
That's
But over
crazy.
time, it's a worldwide epidemic and shit. So, and it's still prevalent today. So, I did that 2 times, man. It was horrible, but I did not like to come down, bro. I did too much because I thought it was like coke. You just got them do a bump or so, and 30 minutes, you want another one. Shit, I broke down the whole fucking shard just like that, and I snored. I was up for 3 days. I was hearing shit, paranoid, looking around. The colors and the sounds and the lights was fucking with me. I couldn't walk. I had jello legs, man. I was like, man, I ain't never doing that again. And, so that's what turned me off on that, bro. It's just really the person. It depends, like, cause I know I like the cultivation of weed, but I don't like downing. I don't like lean, and that's your thing. You probably don't do coke and shit. So
That was my thing, my boy.
yeah, that was it. Yeah, yeah, man.
Fuck,
It's just the anatomy of an addict. It's like it's weird how we all chose different drugs and different drugs of choices, and we get the same results, man. Fucked up, homeless, broke, jail, dead, overdose, etc.
yeah, and that's crazy because just saying your story, man, your story is very touching because I was homeless, bro. I know how it is to be homeless. Like, then you thinking in your mind, I'm homeless, but why the fuck I'm out here trying to get drugs? Why the fuck I'm out here trying to do this and that? You're not really
Crazy,
thinking right. It's just the moment.
crazy,
You be
bro.
like, someone hit you like, some gonna hit you like a bat or a brick. Be like, you know what? I want something different. I was like, shit, it's time for me to go.
I did that for
Finish
months,
high school.
taking
I
a
finished high
shower,
school.
Planet Fitness and shit, sleeping in the car.
And
I set up camp
yeah,
in the woods before, man. You
bro,
too
me too. I
ashamed to go
accepted,
home.
bro. Bro, I was a fucking nomad, bro. I didn't pitch tents before, bro. I didn't slip in tents before and shit, bro.
Yeah,
In the woods and shit, bro. I was on some, I don't know, some Paul Bunyan shit. Like I was out there, bro.
yeah,
At the
man.
same time, bro, we had to go through that, bro. Cause somebody gonna listen to this is gonna need help, bro.
Word.
Before they snort that line, before they hit that bottle, bro, before they pop, they gonna be like, that shit gonna fuck you up in the long run. I like weed, not dispensary shit, because they got all them chemicals in there, but weed is from the
Yeah,
earth.
yeah.
So I like to be connected with the earth. I like to ground and shit, bro. Now I really be grounded, meditating and shit, like with the chakras, all that, bro. Like I like meditation, sage, all that, bro. So I like being connected to Mother God.
Word.
But people don't know. Look, what y'all doing, what y'all putting in y'all body, it's gonna have an effect in the long run. Why you think motherfuckers look about 20 years old, look like they about 50?
Yep. What you put on your body puts on you. There you go.
Exactly.
Yep.
Stress.
Hey, speaking of stories, man, what's talk about your book. We both authors. For
Yeah,
y'all
we is.
listen. Yeah.
I will.
Y'all niggas can write books too if for y'all to listen.
I tell look, I tell
talk
folks,
about talk about your book. Man, he got more books than me.
I tell motherfuckers I'm an old young boy. Look, I'm 37, but I look young. So I tell everybody I'm an old young boy. I try to stay hip of certain shit. But yeah, I published my first book in 2019 called From the Hood to the Church. You can find it on Amazon. And it's a memoir, a biography, how I speak on how I battled with drugs, how I dealt with molestation, how that led me to living a homosexual lifestyle. So I can speak on this shit because I overcame it.
Mm.
How I was in foster care, how I couldn't stand my foster mama, how to this day we still don't get along because I published a book. But oh well, the truth needs to be told. The truth I always set people free. My story is not for me, it's for somebody else. So fuck your feelings. I care about the truth and helping others overcome addiction and set free. But it's basically
Amen.
I was married into I got divorced December the 19th, I believe. I speak on how I met my wife. Like, I met my wife in the streets. We was on some Bonnie and Clyde type shit.
Mm.
It was just like it was a memoir. Then I did the ebook called From the Hood to the Church Annotated. It's ebook. Then I was like, fuck it. I got the children's needed story too. So I did a children's book on Barnes and Noble titled Dad, Where's My Fish? It's basically, I have a junior. I have a son named after me. So Junior, people don't realize where Junior came from. Junior is actually my son. I'm not gonna put his whole name in there, so I said Junior. I'm a senior here, Junior. It's a typical story. Dad, the title spread it out. Dad, where's my fish? Like most kids want to run, fight, want to do this. This motherfucker woke up like, Dad, where's my fish? One of them missing.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got a fourth book I'm gonna bring out titled Diamond and the Baby Husky. This is a children's book too. It's a children's story. But the reason why I chose Diamond and the Baby Husky because I just lost a baby sister. My baby sister named Diamond just passed a few months ago. It's some shit crazy, man. A girl, it's a whatever. It's deeper than what it is. Coleman, like, all I want to say is I love my sister. That's why I'm dedicating this book to her. It's not speaking on her death, but it's a children's book about a girl, which is my sister, who was outside playing, and all of a sudden, a husky, a dog came up, and she took a liking to this dog. And what's crazy about this, I have a daughter named Damani. Damani is playing a veterinarian in the book, so it's like in actual reality, it's the auntie and auntie and niece in the book. Everything I do, bro, is based off my life.
Mm-hmm. Or myself, I got a memoir called Dark Calendars. I basically wrote about my addiction over the course of 13 years. It runs all across the spectrum of drug addiction, love. I was a drug dealer for about a couple months in my life. About 8 months, I was dealing drugs real bad. That's when they got bad. When I can basically do it whenever the fuck I feel like it.
Yeah, because you had access to it. I feel you.
Yeah, man. And the money was coming in and shit, and I wouldn't. That shit was. I don't even like talking about it shit, but the links for both of our books will be in this description. I also have my NFPA. That's a workbook. I'm gonna have that one for free. My book's listed on his is on Amazon. Mine is on Google Play. Also, you can hit up both of our profiles on Facebook, and we'll both have podcasts on Spotify as well. Yeah, man. So, what's your podcast? What's your podcast based on?
And look, before I share my podcast, we basically coming over here like we all battle with addiction. So we basically is coming out here and tell y'all can get past. We're not gonna come over here and give you sob stories, make y'all. We're not telling y'all to feel sorry for us. We telling y'all to be happy for us because we overcame addiction. Like my man said, he was dealing with cocaine. Like I was the lean. Come on now, that shit. The longer you do that shit and the years go by, it's gonna have effect on your body. So we don't want y'all to feel sorry for us. We want y'all to be happy for us. But we telling y'all need to watch what y'all doing. Y'all need to watch the people y'all hanging around with. Y'all need to watch the clubs y'all going to. Y'all need to watch the shit y'all putting in drinking. If y'all want to go turn up, keep the shit in y'all hand. I didn't know many people that got messed up just because somebody slipped some in their drink. That's why it's a lot of reasons why I don't do things no more. It's a lot of reasons why I isolate myself from a lot of people. But back to what he said for us the podcast. Like when I first started my podcast in season one, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
In season one, when I started my podcast, it basically was talking about the transition of my spiritual journey. Because I came from the Christian background, but I was like, a lot of stuff ain't adding up. And I went on a journey. And that's how I really found myself. Then as the season started going on, I was like, I want to inspire others, but I want to share my story as well. Because I can motivate people, but can you inspire them? So I was like, I'm gonna motivate people, but I'm gonna twist my story in there. So as I got to going on, like I've been on season 12, as I got going on, I was like, this shit became a obsession. Like I was obsessed with doing this shit. So that, bro, that's why I drop some every day, bro. It's like I'm obsessed because I can be sitting here and if people listen to it, they know it's authentic because it's my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my favorite ones was it was Witness something. Witness. You probably don't even remember your damn stuff. You got so many episodes, man.
You know what's crazy, bro? You know what's crazy, bro? I listen to other people's podcasts, but I don't even look. Once I drop the episode, I listen to it, and I just like, well, I'm gonna let everybody's critique. I'd rather go listen to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mine's based off of my circumstances and the underlying effects of my addiction. I call them pod relays. It's a solo podcast, and I've engineered them as music. You know, I got different beats on all of them. I don't really too. This is my first interview, first
Right.
pod, interview type
That's what's
format
up.
podcast, like the traditional podcast. Um, so yeah, I just talk about various stories from prostitution, um, drug dealing, me freeing up, sex addiction, um, jail, being homeless, just all the underlying effects of addiction is just my personal story. So, and they're fun to listen to. I've been getting some positive feedback on most of them, on pretty much all my episodes. Only a few, but I put so much time into what I'm about to record. It's just it's kind of I just want to make it more personal instead of just just turn on the mic and just just talking about any random topic. So I have
That's
to,
how people.
I have to recant of all the circumstances that I went through over the past couple of years, and I pretty much sectioned them off on Spotify and a lot of platforms, and on Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and etc.
That's how mine on all them platforms, and that's
Yeah, yeah,
that's crazy because the whole thing of this is to inspire. But I know we coming up close to an end. But if you want to know more about me, you can find me on Facebook. That's DeMarcus Brewster. I'm on Instagram, DeMarcus Brewster. I'm on TikTok as Mr. Universal 33. You can check out my seasons. You can check out Seeking Knowledge Podcast on all the platforms from Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. Shit, you can even look on my Facebook page. You will see it on there, man. But you want to know more about me? I'm affiliated at My Daily Choice. We have so many amazing products. It's all non-GMO. They organic. You want to learn more? You want to network and be connected with like-minded people? Tap into this OWL app, man. I've been using this. Yes, I made money from this OWL app.
yeah.
Look at my Facebook page.
Word.
I like to make money.
Gangster, man. All right, I
Legit, but
appreciate y'all for listening, man. Thank y'all. It's the Marcus Seeking Knowledge podcast and the Roasters Faction. My host is, your host is Zoe. I appreciate y'all. All right. Yeah,
man, I ain't bro. Appreciate you for having me, man.
yeah, man.